Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? How's your day? How's your week? So today's video is going to be a updated nose contouring video. My last video was like a year ago or something, and I have definitely changed the way that I contour my nose. And the best thing is that I've learned these tricks and tips from TikTok. So I'm actually going to be following a viral nose contouring hack from TikTok. So we're just going to get right into it. I really hope you guys enjoy this updated nose contour. And just as a disclaimer, I don't hate my nose. I would never get a nose job. I just do it because I like it. I love contouring my nose. I love changing it. I think it's fun. At the end of the day, the makeup washes off. It's not that deep because I got so many comments on my last video saying how I needed to embrace my nose. Trust me, if I hated my nose, I would have gotten a nose job by now, but it's okay. This is the nose God gave me and my dad, so it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoy these types of hacks, tutorials, how-tos, and all of that stuff. And if you like more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that is free 99. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into my updated nose contouring routine. I went ahead and zoomed you guys in so we can get up close and personal. First things first, we're going to take a concealer. You're also going to need either a contouring stick, a cream contour, or a powder and setting powder for underneath the eyes. I also do recommend for you to use maybe like 2 shades lighter than your skin tone so we can really get that brightening effect underneath the eyes and on the sides of the nose. This has nothing to do with the nose contour, but I always apply my concealer to the center of my forehead and my chin. But we are going to apply some down the bridge of the nose like that. This area, anything that is highlighted is going to be pushed forward, and that's what's going to give the illusion of like shadows and brightness. Let me grab my sponge. I'm going to go back with my sponge and I'm going to blend the sides of the nose. And as you can see, I'm bringing it down, dragging it almost like in a diagonally. And then going in with this. The key here is not to over blend the concealer. I know that sometimes we get like carried away and we just want to blend, but you almost want to leave your concealer not unblended, but you want to be able to see that you have concealer. You don't want to like blend it away totally, if that makes sense. This is almost creating like a blueprint for the nose contour. Oh, I got something in my eye. Again, going back, blending it to the sides. Dragging it out. Okay, now that we have the concealer underneath, obviously we're not going to set yet. I am going to use a cream contour just so I can exaggerate my nose contour and you guys can see what it looks like with it. But on a typical day, I don't use cream contour. We're just trying to be extra today. Feel free to use whatever bronzer you have. I am going to use this one because this has been my favorite cream contour bronzer that I've been using lately. This one is by Physicians Formula. It is their sculpting bronzer with jojoba oil, and this is in the shade Mocha. I really like this one. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take a brush first. I don't like to take it directly from the stick just because, I don't know, I feel like your lines can look a little bit wonky. So let me find my brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush and grab the bronzer, and I am going to draw lines here and then here. What this is going to do, this is going to connect the nose contour to the crease so it can look a little more natural, if you will. Going back with more bronzer, and I'm going to bring this all the way down. Then we're going to round off the tip. If you have a pretty short nose, you don't have to do this. What I'm doing right here is cutting off the nose so it looks a little bit shorter. Take that brush again. I used to cut it off right here, do a line, so it gives you that like perky button look. I don't do that anymore. So what I do now is I draw one line, connecting it like this. And I'm going to draw another line. And I do bring it out because I'm going to make sure that I blend it. Do you see immediately how smaller my nose looks? It just makes such a huge difference. It looks a little bit crazy, I know. I'm going to grab just a little bit more concealer, a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. I don't like to go too crazy because on top of that, I'm using powders. We don't want the nose to look too muddy, too overdone. And I'm going to start to blend it in. I like to start here first. And I'm going to bring this out all the way around. Just like that. And then when you're getting down to the nose, you just want to start tapping it so you don't overblend. That's also the key, is that you don't want to overblend the contour. Sometimes we tend to just make it go away and then you're like, okay, I don't see a difference. And it's because you just don't want to overblend. I also really like this contour stick because it gives you playtime. It doesn't dry out really quick, so it gives you time to just let it sit there for a minute and kind of figure out what you want to do and if you want to blend it out. So I like that. So you can find this at Ulta. I haven't found it at Walmart. I know Physicians Formula is sold at Walmart, but I've never seen it there. For the sides of the nose, you really want to almost cancel out this. So use any setting powder that you have. If maybe you have a setting powder that's like way too light for your skin, don't throw it away. Keep it and use that as a setting powder for the sides. I'm going to take quite a bit on the sponge and I like to pinch it so I know that I get right in there. And I am going to bake right here. Grabbing a little bit more. You can also use a loose setting powder. It doesn't have to be a pressed powder. I just use what's in front of me. And as you can see, like the nose is looking so snatched already. I'm going to grab some more. Just like that. Boom. The last thing that we're going to do is to lock everything in place. We want to make sure that our nose stays looking snatched all day long. And for that, we're going to go in with a powder bronzer. Make sure that you find a bronzer that works for you for your undertone and that you just love and trust. My absolute favorite one, and this is the only one that I use for my nose, is the Bahama Mama by the Balm, which is this one. As you can see, I've had pan. This is my second bronzer. I only use it for nose contouring, so find what works for you and just go with that. I am going to use this brush by Japonesque. You can find this at TJ Maxx. I'm going to take about that much, very little, and I'm going to go back and redo the nose contour. Because we already have this setting powder in place, we don't have to worry about doing too much work. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go down here, create that V. I'm going to grab a brush. This is a Morphe MO. I believe this is in collaboration with Brittany Bear. She is the nose contouring queen, you guys. You have to check her out. And this brush is specific for nose contouring. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the excess powder, but I'm not going to swipe it off. I'm just going to press it into the skin. Really quickly, I am going to grab my highlighter. Make sure that you don't overdo it with a highlighter. I am guilty of doing that. But I'm going to use this Jaclyn Balm Loose Highlighter. And you do want to use a brush that's pretty small because you don't want to go over your contouring lines. I get asked all the time where this brush is from. I have no idea. This is so old. I want to say this is from like Coastal Scents. Who remembers Coastal Scents? This brush is so old. It has like no marks, no words on it. I'm going to grab this one. I love it because it's literally so tiny and it's perfect for inner corner and the nose highlight. Before I used to do like a little circle, andale, I accidentally rubbed some off. I used to do like a little circle and now I draw like a line. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just going to show you guys. And don't draw it on the tip of the nose. Draw it above it so your nose looks a little more perky. Right here, I just draw like a line across. And I know that's a lot, but I will blend it out in a second. And then I'm going to go back with some more. And I mainly concentrate this one up here because what's going to happen is when light is reflecting, these areas are the ones that are going to pop out the most and the other ones are going to almost like hide. So you won't be able to see the bronzing, contouring, and all that. Before, what I used to do is I used to bring it all the way down and connect it to this. I don't do that anymore. I stop about halfway. I just feel like it looks a little more natural that way. I don't know, am I crazy? And this is my updated nose contour. What do you guys think? I feel like my nose looks very snatched. It looks very small. So I hope you guys learned some new tips and tricks. I definitely have learned so much from TikTok. Thank you, TikTok, for teaching us so much in 2020 and 2021. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you like to contour your nose? Are you going to implement any of these new techniques into your nose contour or whatever it is? Just chat with me in the comment section and down below. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I love you all. Stay safe, stay blessed, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.